and moving towards Highway 13. I'm going to zoom in as close as we can right now because this is moving towards Cooperville right now. It's on top of Rankin-Ferguson Road, and if we zoom out to show you Cracker Station, Stage, Springfield Road, Line Creek Road. Now this is riding south, right south of I-20. So if this takes any type of northerly turn, it's going to be right on top of I-20 where tons of people are driving and traveling. Hopefully not, but usually a very well-driven road at this time. Morton and Calum, you're still included in this tornado warning. Again, a confirmed tornado now as of 9:32 is your current time. If you're just joining us on this Sunday night, we've got a very active weather scene across the region. We're going to be with you, me and meteorologist Brandon Medina, every step of the way, and we're going to give you all the updates that you need to stay safe. But right now, if you're in and around the Pelahatchie area, if you're south of it, if you're in Rankin County, if you're in southern Rankin County, if you're in far eastern Rankin County, and now portions of Scott County as well. We need to be in our safe place. Smith and Scott County, you're included in this one. Only a very small portion of Smith, but here is the county line. We've got Smith County and we've got Scott. So Morton, Stage, and also Puckett's well to the south, but Puckett is included in the second confirmed tornado. As of now, I still am going to say this is a confirmed tornado there in southern Rankin County. I don't have any word that it has changed since then, although the couplet here has weakened a good bit, which is what we want to see. We want to see this broadening out and weakening, but these storms have really been robust. Again, this is not what I want to see. These very bright colors showing strong gusty winds going in and out and putting down a tornado. Cooperville right now, it is on top of you. It's moving to the east at 25 miles per hour. We'll see if we can put a decent track on this for you. So Pulaski at 9:52. You've got a good bit of lead time, but I'm telling you, if you're between Cooperville and Pulaski, you don't have much time. You need to get in your safe place right now, and you need to stay with us until we can give you the all clear. And really, in Rankin County right now, unless you're in Fannin area or closer to the Madison County line, you need to be in your safe place. You need to be watching the weather very carefully. Also in Scott County, we've got a tornado warning for you in portions of Smith County. Some areas to be very closely monitoring the weather. Again, here is this rotation that is a very healthy storm. Noblin Bridge Road, Cooperville Road, also Highway 13. All of these areas are going to be downstream of a confirmed tornado on the ground. We need you in your safe place right now. Stage in Pulaski. You've got a bit of a lead time with this storm moving to the east, but Morton, it is going to be south of you along Highway 481, Blossom Hill Road, West Moore Tower Road, Beatty Road, and Homewood. Homewood, you're right on the end of this tornado polygon, but get in your safe place now. Stay there, grab something to protect your head, and keep us with you until we can give you the all clear again. I'm going to send things back over to meteorologist Brandon Medina for further analysis on these storms.
Analysis. So yes, we're still monitoring as of right now, two confirmed tornadoes. Now, the one that we are monitoring as of right now is the one in Rankin and Scott and also a little bit of Smith County. Now this is going to continue to move further east and it's going to continue to move at 30 miles per hour. So it's not moving that quickly, but nonetheless we are still monitoring it and we can definitely see where it is within our velocity product. And look at these bright colors. So I am going to query the strength of these storms. So red, the winds are moving away at negative 50 miles per hour. And again, the radar is slightly out to our west. And the green winds are currently moving at -1. Wait, let me go ahead and do that one more time. So for the green, the winds are currently moving at let me go ahead and query real quick. They are currently moving at negative 27 miles per hour. That does seem a little bit more accurate, but let's go ahead and take a look at our correlation coefficient. So again, it is relatively noisy just because we are really close to the radar. However, we are seeing a debris signature right here within the storm. So that is an indication that something has been lofted into the air. So again, we are going to continue to monitor the storm as it continues to track further east. So I'm going to go back to our velocity product and give you guys, the colors have definitely brightened up just within our newest scan. So I'm going to query the winds once again. So again, 72 miles per hour. So not only is the storm moving at 30 miles per hour, but within this, the winds are relatively strong. So green, we are seeing brighter shades of green as well. So negative 34. So these winds are very, very strong. So let's go ahead and get a wider look and track out exactly where some estimated time of arrivals are for these for this confirmed tornado. So again, I'm going to widen our view and give you exactly where this is heading. So I'm going to circle this confirmed tornado. So again, it's right over Cooperville and along Highway 13, just south of Interstate 20. So I'm going to track it east again. So this is moving at 30 miles per hour. So I'm tracking it further east all the way toward the end of the tornado warning polygon. So some estimated time of arrivals include a stage at 9:44 and Homewood at 9:59. So shave off a couple minutes from these estimated times of arrival, but stay in your safe spot. Again, you don't want to be near any windows. You want to be in the interior part of your home, and you do not want to be in a mobile home as well. Make sure you're in a structured home and away from windows and stay in your safe spot. And you may want to put on a helmet, anything that could protect your head, especially as the storm continues to move further east. So let's get a closer look with some of the streets. So Springfield Road, get in your safe spot, stage, and areas along Highway 81 as well. Powell Road, County Road 538B, and also USFS Road 538A, getting your safe spot as well. And also areas further east as well. So that includes Morton, Homewood, Warrentown Road, getting your safe spot. You do have some time to get in your safe spot and stay there until further notice. So again, this confirmed tornado is along Cooperville Road, Highway 13, Cooperville. So again, this is nothing to take lightly. Make sure to stay in your safe spot until further notice. But let's go ahead and take another look at our correlation coefficient. So again, it's still relatively noisy, but as of the last couple scans, we have seen this kind of broken up. As of 9:32, we kind of see it a little bit more distinctive, but as of the latest scan at 9:38, it has broken up just a little bit, but nonetheless, still being your safe spot. Better be safe than sorry, and that again includes areas along south of I-20, Highway 13, Cooperville, stage, stay in your safe spot, and Beatty Road as well, and Highway 481. So I'm going to send things over to meteorologist Gracie Dencross so I can go ahead and analyze our other storm that we have further south. Gracie?
Yeah, Brianna, thank you for that. Again, this is just a strong storm. It's not letting up. We still have confirmation and nothing has changed. We had a storm spotter report this. It was south of Pelahatchie, and that's when they confirmed it. So it has been likely on the ground from areas south of Pelahatchie, west of Highway 43, and now approaching Highway 13. So around Cooperville, look at the bright colors. Brianna Medina just pointed out to you how fast these winds are moving. The brighter the colors, the stronger the winds. And again, the stronger the winds, the stronger the tornado is going to be. We're getting several alerts now. I'm just going to check with the National Weather Service so I'm not missing anything. We have continuous tornado warning for Rankin County until 10 p.m. At least, if this doesn't fall apart or continue downstream of that. This thunderstorm was producing excuse me, capable of producing a tornado located over Cato, 10 miles north of Mendenhall, moving east at 25 miles per hour. So this is now outside of Rankin County. So we've got Rankin County right here, Pelahatchie, Highway 43. But look at the latest radar scan. It has now crossed over from Rankin into Scott County, and it is still very strong. It's just north of Cooperville. If you are in this tornado polygon, you need to be in your safe place right now. Highway 13 in areas southwest of Stage. That is where this rotation is. It's moving to the east at 25 miles per hour. Not the fastest moving system right now, but it is still going to be moving downstream into areas of Rushing Road, Stage, and Pulaski. If you're in Pulaski, you need to get in your safe place right now. If you live along Highway 481 in Scott County, if you're in Springfield Road, Stage Road, you need to be in your safe place. Also Cracker Station Road. Looking further downstream. Also, this is expected to stay south of I-20, but if you live or if you know anyone traveling from Pelahatchie, say, or Rankin County back towards areas of Forest or Homewood, Norris, anywhere in Scott County, you need to be in your safe place. I need you to pull over, find somewhere, or if you know someone, again, traveling, you need to tell them to find somewhere safe and sturdy. A car is not the place to be when there's a tornado on the ground that is about to move over Highway 13 south of Stage, but it could move right over Stage as well. Let me track this out for you at a closer look. We'll take our tracking device here and showing you. Okay, you can see that. Can you see it from there? We've got directors in the back looking at MDOT traffic cameras and lots of help from there. And the best thing is, okay, and here's our camera, MDOT traffic camera. I believe it was west of, which one is this? I think it is I-20 west of Highway 35. And look at the lightning there. We've got a lot of lightning. We could possibly be seeing the tornado at any moment. So Highway 35 is a little bit further downstream of where this is. So maybe in the next couple of minutes, we could be seeing it really cross right over 35, if not just a little bit to the south of it, because this is on I-20. Again, we've been talking about this storm being just slightly south of I-20, but look at the lightning there. That is a strong storm. I think that is lightning as well. These cars that we're seeing, these 18-wheelers, we don't need them driving right now because this storm is moving to the east at 25 miles per hour, headed right for this direction. We'll take a look back at this MDOT traffic camera in just a couple of minutes when it's a little bit closer to that. Thank you so much for pulling that up, though. In the back, we've got this still very robust thunderstorm. It's not letting up. We can zoom into it now. This is a confirmed storm. If you're just now joining us, it's been, again, an active night for us here. It's 9:44 on your Sunday evening, and we've got this strong velocity couplet right over Cooperville and heading towards Highway 13. This camera that we were looking at, let's see if we can zoom out. It is on I-20 just over Highway 35. So this is the camera. We'll keep an eye on that and see if we can see this storm, because it's a confirmed tornado as of now that is putting down very, very fast winds. Let me take a closer look at this National Weather Service update. And it looks like it was radar indicated. So I take that back. It is not confirmed at this moment, but look at the velocity here. This is a strong, healthy storm. So if it's very likely that this could be putting down a tornado here at any minute. So not seeing anything on the correlation coefficient of the debris tracker, but we'll keep a close eye just to make sure we don't have any type of tornado debris signature that is being lofted into the air from this particular storm. Look at the wind speeds. We'll query them here for you in just a second to show you how fast these are moving. Again, these are strong, damaging winds. 68 mile per hour winds coming inbound. 68 miles per hour. Outbound winds, we've got negative 30 miles per hour. So that is very, very strong. That is around 98 miles per hour if that radar indication is correct. It's very close to an EF1 tornado as well. So we could be looking at a strong tornado that is if it's on the ground, it's producing damage. So we need to take this very seriously. Again, zooming out just to show you what we're looking at, a wide view of things. I know it's been hectic with several warnings we've got across the region, but let me look at this storm as well. We've got another storm, it looks like, that is around the Greenville area, just north of Sharkey and Issaquah County, around Rolling Fork and Hollandale. We'll keep a close eye on that one as well if it moves any further south, something that we will have to keep an eye on, and it will be impacting our neck of the woods for our folks in the Delta. Right now it's not tornado warned, so we're just looking at our typical 60-mile-per-hour wind gust and quarter-sized hail with that storm. Going further into these storms, this is another typical setup. We've got this storm as of now. I do not think this is tornado warned. We're still looking at, again, just the 60-mile-per-hour wind gust. This one's a little bit bigger hail. We've got quarter or $half sized hail with this storm that is now severe thunderstorm warning for areas in Camden. Camden and Sharpsburg, or this is Madison County rather, so north of Canton, far northern Madison County in Camden, and also portions of Leake County. So Madison and Leake County, severe thunderstorm warning. And further to the east, we have another severe thunderstorm warning in Scott County, northern Scott County, in Forkville, Harperville. These are other areas that are looking at 60-mile-per-hour winds. These can knock down trees, knock down power lines, which we've been improving our power outages situation tremendously to date. We had thousands of power outages from Friday's storm, from Wednesday's storm, like several days of very strong winds across the region, and we've just got them back. So hopefully we're able to stay fairly safe in these storms, but you can see with this strong, destructive, confirmed tornadoes in Rankin County, it's going to be a mess for the rest of the night. We'll get you through it though. Like we've been saying, you just got to stay up to date with us and also stay in your safe place if you need to be. So let's talk about this storm. Still rotating here. It's not in Rankin County anymore. The one that is though is still in Cato, or around Cato and Puckett. And this was, okay, this was a radar indicated storm there, and we still have, both of these are still radar indicated. That's the good news. We don't have eyes on either of these storms that we know there's a tornado on the ground, but we're gonna treat it like there is. The circulation we're looking at in southwestern Scott County has weakened. So yeah, that's what we've been seeing. That's what we want to see, is weakening in these storms. National Weather Service is just watching this storm right now. Again, no confirmation of a tornado. The signs are weakening, so this is the good news. Hopefully we continue to see that trend the further we go and these storms fall apart more so, but we know they've been very, very strong. We just queried this for you. Very strong winds inbound and outbound, so even if that was not a tornado in that very moment, these straight line winds can do just as much, if not more, damage as a tornado. So Highway 13 and Cooperville, all still under the gun. Cooperville, you're really on the western side of this rotation at this moment, but if you're in Stage, if you're south of Morton, Highway 20, or excuse me, Interstate 20, you need to be in your safe place right now. Let's see, so if this continues to weaken, we may not need to pull up that MDOT traffic camera again, but if we have confirmation and we have eyes on this storm and it starts to tighten back up, we could possibly see it there on our camera. Otherwise, we'll continue to watch that. Brianna, if you want to keep a close eye on this storm, I'm going to dive into this one. We can kind of tag team it and split it up and just kind of handle it that way. Cato and Johns, we've got this rotation. If you're in between Johns and Cato, we've got a center of circulation right over you. Springwater, Ranch Road, and Highway 18. So Highway 18 is right here. Highway 43 and Rufus, you're all included in this tornado warning, including County Line Road, Brandon Williams Road, and Charlie Dixon Road. You're on the west side of this circulation. It's fairly weak right now. If we compare it to previous scans, you can see where it was step out of the way, very tight here, and it has continued to push further east and slowly weakened, still moving to the east at 25 miles per hour. Brianna, I'll send things back over to you now.
Thanks, Gracie. So I'm going to go ahead and get a further analysis of the storm a little bit further north in Scott and Smith County. Now, we have seen some broadening within this couplet, so that is really good news. We're not really seeing those very bright colors, almost pink and almost yellow within the red. We're seeing more red shading, so that means that the winds aren't as strong. So the brighter the colors, the stronger the winds, but that's not the case anymore for this rotation, and so it's still continuing to move further east at 25 miles per hour. So let's go ahead and track this storm. But before that, I'm going to go ahead and read out some locations that are in the clear. So Palahatchee, you're in the clear. Areas along Highway 43, you're in the clear. However, places that are not in the clear are areas just south of I-20 near Stage, Springfield Road, Palsick Road. I'm so sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. Areas along Highway 481 and also Westmore Tower Road. You're not in the clear. Make sure to stay in your safe spot. As well as Homewood, stay in your safe spot as well, and areas closer to Highway 35 as well. But again, we're still seeing radar indicated rotation, which is what we're seeing within the red and the greens. So let me go ahead and query the wind speed within this rotation, because like I said earlier, they were a little bit stronger, but not anymore. We're not seeing those bright colors. So for the red, the winds are going 25 miles per hour away from the radar, and then the green going toward the radar, winds are currently at 25 as well. So again, that's very good news. Earlier we saw winds 72, 75 miles per hour, but that's not the case. But the storm is still moving east at 25 miles per hour, so it is a little bit on the slower end. So let's go ahead and check on some estimated time of arrival. So I'm going to circle the exact radar indicated rotation, which is right here just along Highway 481, and it's heading further east toward Homewood, Warrentown Road, and also it's heading toward Morton Marathon Road, Old Forest Road, and it's currently on top of Smith Road and H.W. Moorhead Road as well. And it's going to continue to track further east. So let's go ahead and put a tracker on that. So again, it's heading further east, so some estimated time of arrivals. Homewood at 10:04. So again, you want to stay in your safe spot until further notice, until we give you the okay once this storm does pass through the area. So let's go ahead and get a wider look. We are currently on the air because we currently have 2 tornado warnings in place for our viewing areas, and again, we'll continue to monitor these storms as we continue throughout the night. But as of right now, areas that are in the clear, again, are Palahatchee, areas along Highway 43 and Walters Road, Concord Road as well. Cooperville, you're pretty much in the clear as well as the storm continues to track further east into Homewood and Warrentown Road. Again, stay in your safe spot if you are watching. If you do have family members or friends that do live along this area, make sure to tell them to stay in their safe spot. They don't want to be near windows. They want to be in the sturdier part of the house. Stay away from windows, and you want to also have any helmets or something that can protect you as well. But for further analysis of the second storm further south, I'm going to send things over to Gracie Denkos. Gracie.
for the analysis on that. Here's a look at this storm that we're still talking about in southeastern Rankin County, and it's going to go for the next couple of minutes. So if this is allowed to expire and it continues to weaken, broaden out, we will allow this warning to expire and possibly go into our 10 o'clock newscast. But right now we're going to be with you until this tornado warning is allowed to expire. And this is right over Puckett and Highway 18. Again, neither of these are confirmed at this time, just radar indicated rotation, but we know there is still in a history of putting down confirmed tornadoes. And here you go. Here's a look at the velocity. We still have those red and those green colors coming in together. So this red color showing you winds going away from the radar. Green color is showing you winds going towards the radar site in Rankin County there up near Brandon. We have a new tornado warning as well. So it looks like they're going to continue this warning downstream because of likely the history that this storm has been producing all the way since south of Pelahatchie when we had that confirmation. It has been holding together and very, very strong winds. So that is why I think they're going to continue this. I haven't read the update on that chat, but that's what I am assuming. So we're going to be with you, it looks like, until when does this tornado warning? Wow, look at the hook echo on that thing, that storm again. And this cell looks like your typical supercellular storm. And this is, there's that inflow notch that we're seeing. So radar indicated still. That's the good news. This is going to go until 11 p.m. So we're going to be with you here for at least another hour tracking this storm. And take a look at the structure of this cell. This new tornado warning is warranted and issued for Jasper, Newton, Scott, and Smith County. So radar indicated, but again, I would not be surprised if this put down a tornado at any moment. Here's I-20 again, a very well-traveled road. So if we can get any cameras showing here and around this area, again, this is in Scott County. But it is moving towards areas of Newton County out of our viewing area. But those in our viewing area is going to be Jasper, Scott, and Smith counties. Again, look at this structure of the cell. That is not what we want to be seeing. I want to take a look at the velocity product for us, and you can see the winds coming together and going away as well. And look at the couplet we've got here. Not as strong as previous scans, but again, the National Weather Service did continue this tornado warning for another hour. That is meaning we're expecting this to continue to hold together because of the history has been producing confirmed tornadoes across the region. And you can see it here on the velocity scan that it's really not letting up. Although it has broadened out just slightly, we're still keeping a very, very close eye on this. I want to dive into a closer look of what we're talking about. So we've got these colors, reds and greens together. We know we've got at least cloud level rotation right over Pulaski. So you're out of time in Pulaski. You need to be in your safe place right now, and hopefully you are. Morton Marathon Road and H.W. Moorhead Road all need to be in your safe place because the center of circulation is directly on top of you. Let's take a look at further downstream. This is going to be moving, I believe, looks more, given the polygon, looks like it is moving more. So it's moving east at 30 miles per hour. The one for Rankin, Simpson, and Smith, that's going to go until 11 p.m. So 11 miles, or it was capable of producing a tornado located over Puckett or 11 miles northeast of Mendenhall, moving east at 30 miles per hour. I'm going to put this new speed in here for you so we can get you an accurate track on where this storm is headed. We want you to stay safe tonight. So if you are watching with us right now, just encourage you to keep your alerts on. If you're in these areas, you need to stay up and stay in your safe place until these tornado warned storms are out of your area, out of your communities, and call the family and friends you love that may not be checking their weather right now or keeping a close eye on it. So this storm is going to move east at 35 or 30 miles per hour rather, in the center of circulation right here just to the south and east of Stage around Blossom Hill Road, where we have these reds and greens coming together. I'll circle it so it is easy to see right now. You can see Okay, and right when I circle it, we've got a new updated scan, and it looks like we've got some weakening here, but we still got that tight couplet. Red and green is close together. We know we've got some rotation that is warranting this tornado warning. So I've got this tracker back working, and it's going to give you everywhere that's in the path of this rotating thunderstorm at the moment. Not a confirmed tornado on the ground, but 10:04, you will be seeing this in Homewood. If you're in Homewood, you've got about 3 minutes to get in your safe place. 10:12 in Norris, 10:16 in Fikestown, 10:21 in Donahoe, 10:26 in Lake, and 10:36 in Roberts. I know some of these areas are smaller communities, but if you're in and around these areas, you need to take it seriously. You need to get in your safe place. What is a safe place? It's the bottom floor, the lowest floor of an apartment, of a hotel, of any type of building structure that is a safe, sound structure, not a manufactured home, not a mobile home, not a vehicle. We don't need you in a vehicle. We don't need you to try to outrun the storm. We need to get in a safe place right now because of these rotating thunderstorms that have the capability of putting down a tornado. So on top of these tornado warnings that we've been talking about here in Rankin County, Smith, and in Scott County, also in Leake County, we have northern Madison and Leake County, portions of northern Scott County, we still have severe thunderstorm warnings ongoing. Now, these are not tornado warned at this moment. Zooming in here, though, to what we're looking at in southern Rankin County near Puckett and around the Highway 18 corridor, we have this area of circulation that is moving towards Smith County and also down further. It looks like we have now for Simpson County, portions of Simpson County, a very small area there of northwestern. And there you go. There is our latest scan. With each scan, we've got a new update of where this storm is headed, and it's moving. Really, it's taking a southeastward turn just by the looks of the polygon. And on top of that, we've got this secondary rotation that we've just been talking about in Scott County. So we've got one in Scott County. We've got a circulation moving from Rankin to Smith County that it could clip a portion of Simpson County as well. There's a lot going on. There's a lot to look at. Right now, we're looking at our velocity product that is showing our center of rotation and our circulation at cloud level at least. Now here is a look at our debris tracker where we can see a correlation coefficient. What that means is it picks up on anything being lofted into the air that is not a hydrometer, that is not raindrops, that is something different, whether it be limbs, whether it be 2x4s, portions of trees, branches, whatever that may be. Right now, we're not seeing anything from either of these storms. This is something we got to keep a close eye on because if we start seeing a structure looking like a debris ball, we call it, we would know that we have a TDS or a tornado debris signature. But right now, I'm not seeing anything on radar. If we get word from the National Weather Service that does change, of course, we'll keep you updated. I want to update you as of 9:59. We have a tornado possible tag on a thunderstorm. The thunderstorm damage threat to be considerable on our severe thunderstorm warning for Scott. So here we go. This is what we're talking about here. Northern Scott County, I feel like we've been repeating everywhere in Scott County all night long. Hopefully you have been keeping track with the weather and staying safe here in Scott and Rankin County. But we've got a severe thunderstorm warning. I know we've been really talking about the tornado warnings, but this one is still something to keep a close eye on because look at the structure of it. We've got a strong, healthy thunderstorm not producing a rotation right now enough to warrant a tornado warning, but something that we still have to keep a very close eye on because it has a tornado possible tag, which means the threat is considerable. They give that tag to things, to storms that are a little bit more dangerous than our typical severe thunderstorm warning. Zooming out here, we'll take a look at just our reflectivity, and you can see not everywhere is seeing these storms right now. Not everyone, if you're wondering, well, where's the rain at for us? The good news is we don't see it widespread. We're really looking at around the Jackson area, the Jackson metro points north and east of Jackson. For the all night long, what we've been seeing, more of a broken line. So that squall line, I really think has been focused more on east of I-55. Now, of course, we've got more storms back off to our west in portions of northern Louisiana, but right now, severe thunderstorm warnings, and we'll continue to watch that as it moves further into our region, pushing further east and southeast. But for the rest of the night, we're going to be here with you at least until 1 a.m. These storms could continue to ramp up through the night, and looking at this map, you can see the colors shaded in purple. We have a tornado watch that's going to go until 1 a.m. So a tornado is possible. And look at that. That storm was looking suspicious there in Louisiana, and it just, they issued National Weather Service in Shreveport, it looks like, just issued a tornado warning for them. So severe thunderstorm watch right behind the tornado watch, but all of us here, the majority of us rather, in central Mississippi are going to be under a tornado watch until about 1 a.m. I'm going to take a closer look at things behind the scene. For now, I'll send things back over to meteorologist Brianna Medina.
Hey, thanks, Gracie, for that analysis. So taking a closer look on the storm that does have a radar indicated rotation. It has been extended as of 9:56. So this specific one toward for Jasper, Newton, Scott, and Smith until 11 p.m. So again, tornado radar indicated. This thunderstorm is capable of producing a tornado. Was located over over or southeast of Morton, moving east at 25 miles per hour. Pulaski or southeast of Morton, moving at 25 miles per hour. So let's go ahead and time out where the storm is heading toward. So again, it's heading toward it's right on top of Highway 35, heading toward Highway 501. So let's go ahead and measure out let's get a closer look to see where this is heading. So again, this storm is moving southeast at 25 miles per hour. So by the time it reaches toward Clear Springs, it's about 12 miles, so 29 minutes. So make sure to stay in your safe spot. And that includes areas along Pineville and Lorena as well, and areas along Highway 501. So again, we are continuing to monitor these storms as we continue throughout the night. So let's take a look at another storm, or another radar indicated rotating storm that is a little bit further south. So again, we are continuing to monitor these storms, but as of right now, we currently only have 2 tornado warnings in place, but we do have 2 more severe thunderstorm warnings, and one of them does have a tornado tag with it. But again, we're going to continue to monitor these storms. So the second radar indicated storm that we are currently looking at is a little bit further south, and it includes areas such as our southeastern portion of Rankin County and into Smith and Simpson County as well. So we definitely see a rotation within our velocity product, and that's indicated within the red and the green winds that are circulating in a counterclockwise rotation. So the red winds are going away from the radar, and the green is toward the radar. And again, this storm is moving at 25 miles per hour as well. So I went ahead and put that into our velocity product. So I'm going to read out some street names where it could potentially head towards. So areas such as County Road 503, getting your safe spot as well, and areas such as Graham Road, getting your safe spot, and Dry Creek Road as well, Georgia Pacific Road as well, Highway 18 West, and areas along Highway 540 as well, and County Road 121. So again, be in your safe spot until further notice. But let's go ahead and take a look at areas that are in the clear, because we have been on air for a couple of hours now. We've been watching a lot of storms that did have multiple indication of rotation within radar, and several storms that were confirmed by spotters that were a tornado had touched down. So let's go ahead and read out some areas that are in the clear. So Pelahatchie is in the clear, Morton's in the clear, Cato's in the clear, Johns is almost in the clear, Rufus as well, but again, this storm is continuing to move further southeast. So Puckett's not yet out in the clear, Heater as well, Raleigh also, Center Ridge as well. So make sure to stay in your safe spot. And if you know anyone who lives in that area, give them a call as well, especially if they're not tuning in to the news or don't really know what's really going on right now. Or for those people who are traveling from west to east and are not aware of the storms that are currently happening within our eastern and northeast area. So again, we'll continue to monitor the storms, but as of right now, I'm going to send things over to Gracie Denkos.
Thanks, Britta, for that analysis. I do want to point out to you that we have the confirmed storm that was around Florence. We have a picture from, it's on social media, Twitter. The National Weather Service was talking about it, a clear, defined funnel cloud on the ground. So that was our confirmation. That was posted about 12 minutes ago. Cooper Ridge subdivision, east side of Florence, showing visible funnel cloud illuminated by the lightning. So we know that there has been a history tonight of producing, it looks like a large damaging tornado, but no confirmation right now of any injuries or anything else. We just know that there was a storm spotter who saw these tornadoes, and we also had a debris signature for a couple of these storms as well. So we know this one storm, again, if you're just joining us, we have a storm, tornado warned storm that is in southeastern Rankin County, and near the Puckett area and southwest of Daniel, as well as Highway 18. In areas that are not in this warning anymore are going to be Cato and Everett. You're in the clear as far as this particular storm goes, but again, it's going to be a long night for us, and we're going to be watching everywhere for the possibility of any of these strong thunderstorms to wrap up and tornado, eventually becoming tornadic. Right now, there's no confirmation of any of these storms being confirmed on the ground. Here's just another look from our velocity product showing you the red and the greens. It looks like this particular storm a bit healthier than our storm up to the north around Pulaski there in Scott County, and this is the one that we were just talking about that was located the storm we were just talking about was our southern storm, but we still had a confirmation. We had storm spotter eyes on this storm that is now here. It was in Pelahatchie or south of Pelahatchie that moved just south of I-20, and now it has weakened significantly, which is the trend we want to continue. Right now, though, we are still treating it like a tornado could be put down at any minute, although the velocity signature here, the velocity couplet, has weakened significantly again, which is what we want to see. So road 562 is right where this circulation, the center of circulation, is right now. It is moving to the east at 35 miles per hour, heading towards Highway 35 and also Norris. So Highway 35 is right here. Our circulation is here. It is moving to the east, heading in this direction. Downstream of this storm would be Norris, Highway 501. We do not need you out and about at this time now that it's 10:15. Hopefully most people are inside and staying safe from these storms. Bartlett, also downstream of this this rotating thunderstorm, back off to the west, but it's moving quickly to these areas. Roberts, Logan Road. Roberts, you're going to be on the very edge of this particular polygon, but something we still need to keep in mind, no wasting time, because at this point it has been a really active weather night, active weather week, for a matter of fact, and this unfortunately is one of the worst nights we've seen because we've had several confirmed tornadoes and we've been out of power the last several days. Some people still may be out of power. So something we've really got to keep an eye on. The good news is after we get through this round of storms tonight, we should see much quieter weather next week, heading into Monday, Tuesday, more of that typical summertime pattern. But regardless, we'll take a close look at this storm that's now moving out of Rankin County. So we still have this tornado warning for southern Rankin County, southeastern, far portions of Rankin County. It's really now so in northwestern Smith County. And you can see the last couple of scans, it's beginning to tighten back up. We can see this red and the green. We can see the rotation there. And we will go ahead and track it out for you, really even past this, this tornado polygon, because we know this particular cell, really both of these cells in these warning boxes have had a history of being very strong, fast winds, and putting down a confirmed tornado, whether that be from a tornado debris signature we saw on radar or a storm spotter out in the field. I'm gonna put a cone on it here for you just to show you, give you a good estimate of when you can expect this thunderstorm to be moving into your neck of the woods. Again, if you hear these towns, if you know your family, friends, co-workers, students, anyone around here in these areas and you hear this, give them a call, because you don't want them to be caught in a storm that they're not prepared to be in. Now, 1028 around areas of Raleigh, 1034 in Lemon, 1039 Center Ridge. It is moving into your area at 1039. You've got a good amount of lead time, but take those precautions now. 1045 in Silverina, 1057 in Bay Springs, and 1102 in Montrose as well. So go ahead and get in those safe places. Again, where's a safe place? Let's talk about it. The best place to be would be a basement. We don't want to be on the deck anywhere. We want to be in the basement. If you have one, a lot of people don't have a basement or a safe room or a storm shelter rather. But if you do, that's the best place to be. Other than that, we need you out of the garage, out of the living room where we have a lot of windows, not in the kitchen, not in the bedroom, in the hallway, interior room, and particularly with something protecting your head, and hopefully your device is charged so we can let you know when you're in the clear and when you can get out of your tornado safe spot. Other than that, we are still watching these couple of storms, and we're going to be watching these storms for the next several hours until at least 1 a.m. when we're seeing this watch expire. Right now, though, these storms are continuing to ramp up across the region. And debris tracker not showing anything that we can really put a close eye on, but let's take a look at our reflectivity across the region. And the structure, again, of these storms has been something to really watch tonight. We had a couple of those classic supercell hook echoes, unfortunately, and those had put down tornadoes. So we've got to look for those inflow notches, that shape that we see. And there we go. I think we have this tornado warning has been trimmed. Okay, Rankin has been trimmed out of this tornado warning. So we know the rotation has moved across the county line from Rankin into Smith County, and that is where we are going to be keeping our eyes on at this time. So Smith County, the majority of Smith County, except for the far southwestern portion here, is going to be under the gun for this rotating thunderstorm, a tornado warned thunderstorm, until at least 11 p.m. So if you are in, and there it goes with the starting to take more of that turn and looking like a hook echo once again, not what we want to see. But unfortunately, these storms have really moved into a very unstable atmosphere and fuel that is just fuel to the fire, if you will, to these storms, because it's been just very warm and the atmospheric conditions have been conducive for the development of these storms, not only these damaging winds, but the hail that's been putting down. Our biggest concern at this moment is the rotation we've been picking up on here, and a populated area that we're looking at: Raleigh, Polkville, and Highway 35 North, the northern part of Smith County right now. If you are in this area, we need you in your safe place. So not looking what I want to see, not looking like any type of broadening out of this structure, of this velocity couplet. Right now, you still see those reds and those greens coming close together. So we've got the radar site back off to our west, and we have winds going towards the radar site and winds going away from the radar site. So this is indicating that we've got the velocity couplet. We have the rotation at least at cloud level, and we'll take a closer look here just to show you how fast these winds are possibly moving right now. A bit slower than they were in the last couple of scans, but still needless to say, it is still a strong storm. It is still rotating, and it can put down a tornado at any moment. So if you add these two numbers up together, you get around 60 mile per hour winds. So that is a dangerous storm that we really don't want to be caught under. We don't want you to be caught under, rather. That's why we're here with you. And now we have one tornado warning. So this is our last tornado warning. It looks like this one was allowed to expire maybe early or just a few minutes on time. Yeah, just a few minutes, but this one was allowed to expire. So if you're in Scott County now, you can take a breath. We don't have any tornado warnings, but looks like the severe thunderstorm warning is clipping the very northern portion of Scott County. The one that we are really concerned with right now is this rather healthy storm that's got that typical hook echo scan on there for us. And the latest scans of the velocity have been rather impressive and tight couplets. So there we go. We have a healthy storm that is now in the northern portion of Smith County. So Polkville, Lorena, and Shongello, Raleigh, and Pineville. If you know anyone in these areas, or if you live in these areas, Highway 18 West, you need to go ahead and take shelter and be in your safe place, as you should be already, because we've been talking about this storm for quite a few minutes. I'm going to track this out one more time and then send things back over to Brianna Medina. Right now, just showing you what you can expect for the rest of this storm as it continues to move further south and east. Takes more of a southerly turn here, but it's moving east at 25 miles per hour, I believe. Let's see, it is moving at 30 miles per hour. Let me make sure I've got the correct speed, and I do. Perfect. 30 miles per hour of this rotating thunderstorm. It's moving towards Heater at 1020. Raleigh, and a small community, but if you know anyone here or even around the area of Raleigh, 1034. We need you in your safe place, 1039 in Lemon. And here you go, the latest scan. Let me just redo that so we can get an updated look on. We took it from the center of circulation, which is right there near Highway 18 west of Raleigh. So again, Raleigh, it is moving in your direction. Raleigh, 1030, can expect it here in the next 8 minutes. 1041 in Center Ridge, 1047 in Silverina, and 1053 in areas of Clear Springs. We need you in your safe place. We've got this tornado warning, the last one here in the WJTV viewing area. Hopefully the last one. I shouldn't speak too soon. We've got a long night ahead of us, but possibly. But as of now, we've got a severe thunderstorm warning in portions of Madison and Lee County, and also a tornado warning in Smith County. Brandon, I'll send things back over to you.
Hey, thanks, Gracie. Yeah, so we still only have that one tornado warning in our viewing area, but again, we are still monitoring these storms as we continue throughout the night. And along with these storms, we are also seeing a really large hail. So look at this hail core that is currently in Scott County. So this is the brightest color that we have seen tonight. So the diameter of this hail is 2.5 inches, and that's roughly about tennis size ball. So if you are along Forkville, Harperville, be inside. You don't want to be outside for this. You definitely don't want to be in the car. Now, another area that we are seeing within this hail core that is that does have very bright colors is a little bit further to our west. So let's go ahead and query how large the hail is over there. So again, these are the brightest colors that we've seen tonight. So that is 2 inches in diameter of hail. So again, you want to be inside. Don't be outside by any means. Don't go outside wanting to take pictures, because this is very large hail and it can be very dangerous if you are outside during this. So let's go ahead and take a wider look to see where else we are seeing hail cores within our region. So we are seeing hail cores along Rankin County as well, but further south, just along Star and Cato and John. But again, these colors are not as bright as the ones that we were seeing within Scott County. So again, just be careful. But let's take a closer look at the only tornado warning storm that we currently have. Again, that is for Smith County, and we're still seeing rotation within radar. So again, we're seeing very bright reds and greens, so that does indicate that the winds are relatively strong. So this storm is rotating, or is rotating at cloud level within our radar, so it is moving at 30 miles per hour, and this tornado warning doesn't expire until 11. So of course we'll continue to be with you all until it expires, or if it weakens before then, but as of right now it doesn't look like it, just because it's still pretty tight within the couplet. So
we got a preliminary storm reporter, so the National Weather Service is still working to confirm that, but now they think we've got a reliable source telling us they have eyes on this tornado in 2 miles north of Raleigh. So just something to keep in mind.
Okay. So again, so this is nothing to take lightly. We are still monitoring this storm, and so it is slightly west of Raleigh, about to approach Raleigh and Highway 35. So let's go ahead and track the storm as it is going to continue to move further east at 30 miles per hour. So reports, correction, previous tornado report. Yeah, so let me go ahead. Okay. So it is still really noisy, but let me go ahead and send things over to Gracie Denkos as we continue to monitor this storm. Gracie?
Okay, Brianna, thank you for that. Yeah, at 10:23, we had a local storm report just 2 miles east and southeast of Fortville. So my mistake. We were talking about a report from earlier there in Scott County. I believe officials, National Weather Service observation reports tornado. Yeah, that was from 8:04. So we can correcting the previous report, just a couple miles difference there. So that was from earlier tonight. And I'm looking at this rotation though from the storm in northeastern Madison County moving towards Leake County as well. So we'll keep a close eye. I'm actually going to zoom into that right now so we can take a look at this storm. I don't believe that it was announced tornado possible. So this is going to go until 11 p.m. with our tornado warning as well. So areas included in this are going to be the cities of Carthage, Lena, and Redwater. We'll zoom into here just in case we have to go with a tornado warning and you live in these areas. So we've got some signs of rotation, very weak rotation at this moment, but this is going to go for another half hour. This is in areas of Raytown, Farm Haven, and here's Highway 43. Also, this is I believe Highway 16, so where we've got somewhat of a broad area of circulation right over Farm Haven. It's going to be moving to the east towards Oklahoma, the Natchez Trace Parkway, and also heading towards Highway 25 and the Redwater community in Carthage. Bertice under the gun for this. Not a tornado warning at this time, but we've got a severe thunderstorm warning on it, and it has a tornado possible tag, which just means we could see this ramp up some more, circulation increase and strengthen, or tighten rather, and eventually see a tornado warning downstream of this. But as of now, eyes are on this storm because we have a preliminary, I believe, still confirmation on this storm. But look at the couplet. We have really seen this ramp up and tighten. Here's Highway 18 and Heater. Track slurrier to the south of this rotation. Right now, the rotating thunderstorm. Gun, you are toward the west of it. So you're in the clear at Gun and in Puckett, Highway 18. Martinville also in the clear. Those that aren't in the clear, though, we're talking areas of Shongello, Raleigh, excuse me if I'm pronouncing that wrong, Trenton, you are in the tornado warning right now, but this storm is well to the south of you. Still stay in your safe place. If you are under this tornado warning, that includes areas of Polkville, Daniel, Gunn, and Raleigh. Silverina, you're in there too. Center Ridge also included here in this tornado warned polygon. So keeping a close eye on this and the correlation coefficient right now. I'm not seeing anything similar to what Brianna was saying just a minute ago. Very noisy setup we've got here. But if we have a tornado warrant or a tornado on the ground, which I would not be surprised, we would be seeing it in this area. And let's just see if that tornado spotter this could possibly be, because a tornado debris signature will be just a few scans behind. So this spot right here could possibly be our TDS. So let's say right there, that would make sense. Then again, not going to jump to conclusions here. We'll keep a close eye on it, but there could be some debris being lofted into the air. We'll just have to monitor this as well. And again, with the preliminary storm reporter, okay, here we go. Reports at southeast of Fan. Okay, these are all old reports coming in from earlier this evening. We'll talk about that tomorrow when we get more information from the National Weather Service. But we do have a TDS noted on radar, just what I was mentioning there. And from Florence. Okay, so. Yeah, this was earlier as well. So I'm getting confused with the storms we had earlier. We've had a lot tonight. We started several hours ago on air from wall-to-wall coverage, and here we go again. This storm is looking impressive still. Now, again, I am not seeing a good defined TDS, so I'm not seeing that it's confirmed right now. But these red and these green colors coming in together, showing you really there's two possible areas of circulation. This, of course, is our main concern. This broad or this tight area of circulation is what we're looking at right now. These red and greens, again, just showing you the wind direction of this storm. And this storm is rotating, and it's a strong thunderstorm. It has been a history of producing very, very fast winds going away and towards the radar. Again, I will just query these winds for you so you can get an idea of how strong this would be if it does produce a tornado. And look at that, 56 miles per hour going inbound, or going outbound rather, and 46 miles per hour as well. So that is a very, very strong winds as well. So that is anywhere from, I believe, 56 and 40. We've got about 90 or a little bit over near 90 mile per hour winds. And that's going to be something that could do damage if we have a tornado. Even if there's not a tornado touching down at this moment, these straight line damaging winds, again, I've said it before, can do just as much damage. They can knock down those power lines, they can knock down trees, uproot trees, or knock them over onto houses, which unfortunately we have seen this past week. Earlier in the week on Friday, we had those storms in the morning producing damaging winds and very large hail, as well as today. So again, I'm watching these two areas of circulation. I know this is the one that the tornado warning was issued for, but these are some strong thunderstorms right now, and we'll continue to watch to see if we have a confirmation or eyes on this storm that we can tell you that it is on the ground. But as of now, we'll treat it like it is. If you are in Smith County, if you're in Raleigh, you need to be in your safe place right now. But right now, we want you in your safe place. It is moving to the east, towards Silverina as well. I'm going to track it out for you from the center of circulation, which is right here, all the way to the edge of this polygon to give you an idea of really where it's headed. And I want you to shave a few minutes off of these times, because 10:34, you don't have any time if you're in Raleigh. I really hope everyone's in their safe place, their safe spot, just in case there is a tornado that's being produced right now. 10:50 in Silverina, 10:57 in Clear Springs, and 11:02 in areas of Bay Springs. That'll be moving just over Highway 18, heading towards Stevens and Highway 15. All of these areas are something to keep in mind right now, and I'm going to zoom right back out to show you the big picture. Again, we are going to be here with you until at least 11 o'clock. We've got one tornado warning and one severe thunderstorm warning. I am going to look at some things behind the scene, but for more analysis on both of these storms, I will send things back over to meteorologist Brianna Medina.
Hey, thanks, Gracie. So the tornado warning for Smith County has been trimmed back just a little bit. So we're going to go ahead and read out some areas that are in the clear right now. So Polkville is in the clear. Areas along Highway 13, Daniel, Puckett, Heater is in the clear as well. However, places that are not in the clear is definitely Raleigh, and areas along Highway 35 and Sylvania also, excuse me if I'm mispronouncing that. So again, we're seeing really tight, we're seeing a really tight couplet within this storm, but it's still radar indicated. So I'm gonna read you the latest update on the National Weather Service chat on this specific storm. So again, this tornado warning will continue until 11 p.m. And so this is still radar indicated. Hail possible, just 0.75 inches for Smith County, and this could potentially produce a tornado, and it was located near Raleigh, moving east at 30 miles per hour. So let's go ahead and okay. So it with the latest scan has already moved further east, but it still is a healthy storm, just like Gracie has been saying. So again, we are still seeing tornadic circulation, which is counterclockwise. So we're seeing winds, the red moving away from the radar and the greens toward the radar. Now the coloring of the winds aren't as bright as we saw within the previous scan. So I'm going to take you guys back a couple of minutes so we can get a better look. So at 10:31, we saw brighter colors. We saw lighter greens, a little bit of pink. So that definitely indicated that the winds were really strong. But as the latest scans, those colors aren't as strong, so that means those winds aren't as strong. But nonetheless, we still have this tornado warning in place, and we still have this radar indicated rotating storm. So again, a closer look, Raleigh, stay in your safe spot. Areas along Highway 35, County Road 119, stay in your safe spot. South County Road 120 as well. And then along Highway 501, stay in your safe spot. County Road 101, stay in your safe spot as well. Again, this storm is continuing to move further southeast, or east, just east, at 30 miles per hour. So again, this can continue into Jasper County as well, but as of right now, it's still in Smith County, this tornado warning. So again, it has been trimmed down just a little bit. So let's read off areas that are in the clear once again. So that's Polkville, Trenton, Daniel, Gunn, y'all are in the clear. Highway 18 West is in the clear. Puckett's in the clear. Rufus as well. Highway 13, Highway 541, and Highway 43, excuse me, are in the clear. But areas just further east are not in the clear as of right now, because again, we're still seeing this couplet, and there is some broadening to it, but still stay in your safe spot until further notice as we continue to monitor this storm, because again, this tornado warning doesn't expire until 11. So in a couple of minutes, but we'll continue to track these storms as we head into the overnight hours. But as of right now, the reason why we're on the air is because we only have one tornado warning in place for Smith County, and we currently have just one severe thunderstorm warning in place, and that is for Leak and slightly clipping Scott County as well. So we are monitoring this storm that is along just south of Pigtown and Lena and along Highway 25. But other than that, we are our main concern is still this radar indicated rotating storm that is in Smith County. So for further analysis, I'm going to send things over to Gracie. Gracie?
Yeah, Brianna, thank you so much for that analysis. We've been just talking about these storms right now. Again, there's no confirmation on this storm, particularly in Smith County, but the shape of it, again, I just want to draw your attention to it's really taking that typical pattern, a textbook pattern of a supercell, if you will. Not necessarily as much as some cells earlier this evening, but still were something that we've got to keep a close eye on. And another thing that is concerning for me is we've got the tight couplet, and we have now for several of scans, and just is showing me that we haven't seen this storm let up much. We've got these red and these greens coming together very tight, indicating a tight couplet that is strong, could be putting down very fast winds. And eventually, if this holds together or if it continues to drop or lower any further, we could see this tornado on the ground touching down just around and northeast of Raleigh, moving towards areas of Silverina. Another storm rather, I want to bring your attention to is this storm that was in Madison. Now it is just in Leake County, and it is still got a broad rotation on it, but we have a tornado possible tag on this storm. Highway 13 is exactly where this is going. Here's Lena and here's Carthage. So if you're between Lena and Carthage, we've got a severe thunderstorm warning. Our typical threats for a severe thunderstorm warning still ongoing. We have about 60-mile-per-hour winds possible and also up to quarter-sized hail. As far as I know, I don't think we've seen or radar indicated anything larger than that. But my concern right now is the tornado possible tag. We've got that rotation. It's been weakening and strengthening. It's been cycling just like these other storms have been all night long. And that is something that we've been watching. So here's a look at our hail core that we're picking up on in this storm in Leake County around Highway 13, just north of Lena, south and west of Carthage. Looks like it's not too destructive at this time. So anything over about quarter and then $half, and also when we get up to about golf ball sized and potentially 2-inch size hail, that's when we see that destructive threat come about with these cells and with these hail cores, especially right now looking like a manageable amount of hail or size rather of this hail around the Lena community. Highway 13, we still don't need you traveling. This is a severe thunderstorm warning. We know that severe thunderstorms have done quite some damage this past week, and we want to stay away from all of that. So if you are just now joining us, I am Storm Team 12 meteorologist Gracie Dencost. We've been on air now for several hours just covering these tornado warnings across the region. That is what has warranted us to break into coverage all night long, and we're still ongoing because we've got one tornado warning here in portions of Smith County. It has been trimmed back now to include less of the county, but still under the gun of this rotating thunderstorm is Raleigh and areas along and south and north of Highway 18 rather. And I want to look at the velocity here just to show you, again, we don't have much weakening, excuse me, with this circulation south of Lemon and around the Raleigh community. We've got these really two areas of circulation, or just one very broad area of circulation. Regardless of what it is, it's a rotating thunderstorm and it is very strong at this time. We need to treat it like it is a storm, a tornado on the ground right now. It's been a really messy night for us here in central Mississippi. We even have confirmed reports of spotted tornadoes. We had tornado debris signatures with some of these storms, and I just got word from Jeremy from seeing on social media that there was plenty of damage that was reported, and can't remember the exact road, but in Rankin County there was a confirmed tornado around Pelahatchie area, so that may have been where they were picking up or reporting that damage. I haven't seen anything in the National Weather Service chat, or I would give you more information. And of course, the more information we get, we will eventually relay that to you as well. As far as right now goes, we've got to get you through tonight, and I know tomorrow is a work day. You may want to be getting to sleep and getting some rest, but if you're in the Smith County area around Bay Springs and around Raleigh community, I need you to stay with us tonight and just get you through this storm. You can get out of your safe place once we are allowed to see this tornado warning expire. And also elsewhere across the region, we still have the threat tonight of the tornado, the possibility for a tornado. So something to keep in mind if you are headed to bed, keep your alerts on, download the WJTV weather app if you haven't already, so you can get those alerts to wake you up in the middle of the night and get in your safe place if you need to. So everyone across central Mississippi, for the most part, is under this tornado watch until 1 a.m. So we're going to continue this for the next couple of hours, with the exception of our southernmost counties in Wilkinson, Pike, and Walthall emit portions of the Pine Belt. And now Jones County looks like was allowed to be removed from. That's because they believe are with another National Weather Service office there for the Pine Belt. Regardless, we have got this threat tonight, and we need you to stay with us and stay up to date on what is happening. I'll take you through the radar, just a wide view of what's going on. Let's zoom in now to just some reflectivity showing you the structure of these cells. And again, this is our severe thunderstorm warning, so not the reason we are on air right now, but still something to keep in mind. Just watching the structure of this cell, it is rather healthy. We've seen rotation with it being picked up, and we have a tornado possible tag on this cell that is in Lee County. For areas of Walnut Grove, you should be on the lookout for this storm. And here you go. It's really taking that similar path and that similar shape or echo, if you will, and looking very suspicious. So we're going to keep a close eye on this storm, and it is going to impact the Carthage community, Highway 13, Lena. If you're in areas of Singleton or northern Leake County, Kosciuszko, you're not under the gun of this severe thunderstorm right now. But again, look at radar. We've got more storms out there. Here's a particular storm that is beginning to take again that typical hook echo supercell shape. So hopefully we don't see any rotation with this storm, although this would be out of our viewing area just north of Atala County. That is something to be watching. Again, we're going to focus on this storm with this area of really rather weak circulation at this moment, just comparing it to what we've been seeing. So here's a look at about 10:02. So about 45 minutes ago, we had a fairly tight circulation moving from Rankin to portions of westernmost Smith County, and then eventually crossing over the Highway 35 corridor. And now here we are at a 10:46, 10:43 is what our radar is showing right now. And these two areas of very tight circulation, but it's not a large area. So I'm not sure if we can expect a tornado on the ground right now. Circulation or correlation coefficient rather, very noisy. We're not seeing any types of signs of tornado debris on the tracker right now, which is the good news. But areas, again, under this tornado warning, we're going to continue to watch it till at least another 15 minutes, and that is how long this is tornado warning is going to go for. So we see that until 11 p.m. Only county we're including in this tornado warning is Smith County. So if you're wondering, hey, am I under this threat, this tornado warned storm? Most of you are looking at probably dry conditions right now in areas all the way back from the west, Adams, Claiborne County to Warren County, even Copiah, Simpson, and the entire metro for the most part is looking at quiet conditions right now. But we've got those few storms, again, that have ramped up quickly, and as I thought that one had increase to a tornado warning, still a severe thunderstorm warning in Lake County. The only tornado warning we have still is this cell in Raleigh. It is not impacting Rankin County anymore. It is just impacting Smith County. I'm going to take a closer look at the National Weather Service just to update or to see if we've got any signs of damage reports across the region. For now, I'll send things back over to Brianna.
Thank you, Gracie. Well, the storm that currently has a tornado warning attached to it is, well, we are seeing a good amount of lightning strikes with the storm. Now, lightning, no matter how much, is not associated with severe thunderstorm criteria, but we don't recommend being outside during this time just because these lightning strikes could potentially hit a tree and some branches could also be broken off and you could potentially get injured. So let's take a look at how many lightning strikes we are currently seeing within this specific storm. So about 1,157 lightning strikes with this specific storm. But again, we are monitoring not only this storm, but other storms that are still filtering in. So let's get a wider look, of what is going on across the region. Like Gracie said, we are really only seeing rain and storms on our eastern half of the state. But again, we'll continue to monitor these storms later on tonight because again, we are still in a tornado watch until later on tonight. And that includes most of central and south Mississippi as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at our velocity product. So we are getting further updates from the National Weather Service. So this tornado warning is still continuing for Smith County, and it doesn't expire until 11 p.m., which is the same news that we have been hearing. Capable of producing a tornado located near Raleigh, moving east at 25 miles per hour. So earlier it was moving at 30 miles per hour, so it has weakened just a little bit. So let's get a closer look, because I know Gracie had mentioned that the couplet wasn't as tight, so it has broadened, and that's exactly what we're seeing on our velocity product. This couplet has definitely broadened for sure, but we're still in that tornado warning, even though it has trimmed just a little bit. This polygon doesn't take up most of Smith County anymore. So let me go ahead and call out some areas that are in the clear. So of course, like earlier, Polkville is in the clear. Trenton, Daniel, Gunn, Lorena, Pineville is in the clear, just because this storm does look like it's still going to track further east, but still make sure you are aware of where your safe spot is. But as far as areas along Raleigh and along Highway 35, Highway 481, and Highway 501 and 18, continue to stay in your safe spot until further notice, and areas along Pineville as well, as the storm continues to move across the east. So let's go ahead and take it back a couple of scans to see how much it has weakened within the last couple of minutes. So this is around 10:24, so it's slightly west of Raleigh. So we definitely see a distinct and tight coupling just outside of Raleigh and just south of Highway 18 West. But as we fast forward the scan to 10:37, we're starting to see the couplet kind of broaden. It's kind of weakening, and we just received reports from the National Weather Service that it's no longer moving at 30 miles per hour. It's now moving at 25. So let's go ahead and time this out and give you some estimated times of arrival as it continues to push further east. So again, this storm is moving at 25 miles per hour, so it is a little bit on the slower end, and it does look like it is weakening. So it's very good news, especially since this is our last tornado warning for as of right now. But of course, that could potentially change, because as you all had seen throughout our entire wall-to-wall coverage, these storms have weakened, strengthened, and that's pretty normal. Thunderstorms do not have the same consistently. They gain energy, they lose energy, so that is why they are able to produce a brief tornado, and that is why we are on the air to give you as much lead time as we head into these kind of conditions. So again, the rotation is still right here, just slightly northeast of Raleigh, and it looks like it's tracking a little bit further northeast along Pineville, but I'm still going to track it further east, because that is what the National Weather Service is indicating. So I'm going to circle the broad rotation just so we can get a clear look of where exactly it's at. And so I'm going to track it further east toward the end of the polygon. So about 7 miles or 15 minutes, it is going to be heading toward Stevens. So again, areas along Highway 15, make sure to stay in your safe spot as this storm continues to track further east. But as of right now, we're still seeing a weakening trend, but that doesn't mean you can necessarily put your guard down, just because we are still in that tornado warning until 11 p.m. So in a couple of minutes. But of course, we'll continue to monitor the storms as we continue throughout the night. But as of right now, that is the only tornado warning that we currently have. And we also just have one severe thunderstorm warning in place as well, and that is going to be further north in Leake County. So let's take a closer look at the storm there. So there is some kind of rotation indicated within our velocity product, but it doesn't look that distinctive, but you can definitely see that it's there just by the reds and the greens that are rotating in a counterclockwise rotation. So that is tornadic circulation, which is cyclonic. So that is why we are continuing to monitor these storms as we continue throughout the night. So as of right now, those are the only two areas that we are currently looking at, but let's take a look at our live IMAX 12 radar to see a wider look of what's going on. So like Gracie said, we are mainly only seeing really active storms along our north and east in areas along the Delta and just along I-55 and west. Areas are much drier, some isolated showers, an isolated storm or two further north, just south of Greenville. But again, the most of the area that we are monitoring is along north and east. So again, we are still monitoring that one tornado warning and that one severe thunderstorm warning as well. But as of right now, there are no further updates on the National Weather Service chat, except for that specific storm that does have a tornado warning associated with it, that it has weakened and it's no longer moving at 30 miles per hour. It is now moving 25, and it's still located near Raleigh. So other than that, I'm going to continue to monitor the other storms that are further north. So I'm going to take things back over with Gracie Denkos. Gracie?